But we welcome you to the race as we
Smoking backwoods, marathon OG.
The commission.
What?
Yeah, welcome to the marathon.
Yeah, I feel brand new like I just
This
started
is
this shit.
Nah, I haven't heard this one.
Like it's the beginning.
Okay.
I know y'all been waiting.
Love the sample though.
Foundation solid, let's take flight. Ay,
Classic.
look, turn off the lights. Turn up my mic. Roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life.
Damn.
I got that good.
The commission.
I kept my word, yeah, my nigga, I made good. 6-figure niggas in them V12s. No 10 niggas, so you see well.
Get him.
My Cuban lane, that's 14K. My presidential, I wear it every day. It symbolizes how I'm enterprising. I came from Linton Dicky pockets, so I emphasize it. You check the file and niggas say I kept it silent. But fuck the rumors, money talks and you make less deposits. I dropped some videos, you should go check the comments. They love me all around the world, my nigga, what's your problem? Turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right.
This one's gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one.
Rest well, Nipsey, man. Rest well to that brother.
Absolutely, man. So appropriate way to start the show. Let's introduce ourselves. Welcome to the Commission Podcast, episode 6, Trey. Season place. Your official board of review on all things hip hop news. That's the new tag. I just made it up. I did right off the dome, bro.
Sounds like it too.
Right. Yeah, man. Somber episode this to start. Obviously, you know, you guys tune in to us for all your entertainment needs, but you know, we had a tragedy over the weekend that needs to be acknowledged and needs to be respected. I mean, if you've been hiding under a rock and you don't know, you know, obviously we lost Nipsey Hussle, activist. That's what I think is the most appropriate term to describe him. You know, more than a rapper, more than a former gangbanger, you know, but an activist in his community, I guess, someone who uplifted the things that, you know, others discussed and talked about, and you know, he was a pioneer in his own right, and I think he's, you know, salute. You know what I mean? I think, Mike, you said it best, you know what I mean, when you made the when you took that whole you ain't say it, but you told me about the Baron Davis quote.
Oh yeah, well no, remember I said on
what was the Baron Davis quote?
Oh no, did you say it first?
Monday?
Yeah, you did say it
I said
first. Yeah, you did say it first.
Like I was trying to explain to somebody that wasn't too familiar with Nip indirectly, but I was just trying to compare. I just compared it to Pac. I said, yo, that was like he talked about and did the stuff that Pac never had the opportunity to go out there and really do for whatever particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
This feels like that too.
Yeah.
For like the, you know, I remember it, but I was way young when Biggie and Tupac died. But this is like the same type of situation.
I hate to say like this feel a little bit worse.
Yeah, definitely does, because I think a lot of it has to do with the media and social media. But like, I think Nipsey Hussle was a bigger than a rapper. Like he was more than a rapper. You know what I mean?
Now Pac was. Go ahead, Greg. My bad.
Well, no, it's fine. What I was just gonna say is I agree with what you're saying in the sense that he wasn't a bigger rapper than either of those artists, but with his impact on society, in my opinion, is probably bigger than what they were able to accomplish in their short lives.
And what he
right,
was able
exactly.
to do. Like, he owned all his music.
Yeah, that's big, man.
I was telling Greg before you got here that I was reading something yesterday that says that he owns his masters. So like his album sales in the past, 72 hours have gone through the roof.
2,776%.
Yeah, increase. So all that money is going to go towards his family, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Merchandise.
Yeah, all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I I went out there and purchased a lot of.
I
Oh,
bought
well,
the victory lap on
absolutely.
vinyl. It was sold out on Amazon. I'm like, you know what? I'll wait for it. I don't.
No, I'm talking. I went to
Fine.
the Marathon store online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a Crenshaw hoodie.
I didn't get the Crenshaw hoodie.
I want
but
that, the blue hoodie.
Yeah, that
I ain't-
actually was
yeah.
dope. Yeah.
It is dope, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
You feel
I
some
had
type
my
of
own
way?
reservations about
Yeah.
buying like a
A
Crenshaw.
blue hoodie.
Nah.
Well, hey, it's somebody hood. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
not from
somebody else's
Crenshaw.
hood. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
don't like that.
understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I bought a
get it.
couple other things that they had out there that just to you know what I mean, just to support because all the pros, all that stuff probably go to the the family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did he have a kid with Lauren London?
Yeah.
They did.
Yep.
Wow, I did not know that.
I
thought
didn't know
he
that
had a
part
kid with
either.
Another woman
Yeah, I thought
beforehand.
the daughter was beforehand as well, but
Wow.
that's even.
Well, no. I think they got one. He got one before Lauren, and he got one with Lauren.
Okay.
Because I know on one
I
of
thought
those,
Lauren only had one. Lauren got two.
I'm sure she got two.
Okay. All right.
Because I think on one of those red carpets, which was not too long ago,
Mhm.
probably within the past couple of years, I think she had.
It's a mute point. I mean,
Yeah.
either way, they're his kids. You know what
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
that's
that
his
too.
family. That's his kids. You know, the whole situation. What are your thoughts on the circumstances surrounding the incident that took place?
What do you mean?
So, apparently Nipsey knew this individual.
I
are you
read
familiar with the
about
backstory
him
of
being,
the?
he was a up and coming or he was a rapper that Nipsey didn't want around the crew or something, or he didn't sign him, something like that.
I think it's a little deeper than rap. I think it was a guy that they was affiliated through their gang ties, and just a homie. You know what I'm saying? A homie from back in the day that you was cool with or whatever, which is that's what makes it even more like tragic. And this individual developed a reputation over time of being maybe not one of the most trustworthy stand-up individuals in the community. And it was well known and well documented. This is the stories I'm
Right.
obviously just given the accounts that I've been reading, and basically approached Nipsey the day of the incident. Nipsey tried to banish him from the area. Like, listen, you're not really welcome around here. The guy leaves, comes back with a gun and shoots him 6 times.
That part to me is like it's more to it than just that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's when I can start believing, some of the other theories or conspiracies that's out there about that situation. Because, like, I mean, for instance, like, you can't go back if you accused of snitching. Like, you can't go back to that
Right.
same hood,
right.
and people going, especially if you was already affiliate, you already know what it is.
Yeah. That's the game you
So-
signed up for.
So
Exactly.
you go back, all right, and you can't be here, homie. You got to roll.
Mm-hmm.
However the conversation was, you go to the car, you get or whatever, you go come back, assassinate him,
Broad daylight.
like,
Like,
Yeah, that part was crazy to me.
and then you make
I
sure
mean, the
that
whole thing
he's,
is, but
yeah.
because from what I hear, I couldn't watch the video that was out there, but from what I understood is that he even kicked him like in the head, after the fact, and then once
real
again,
personal.
yeah, and then once again, broad daylight, and then you ride off in the sunset.
I guess my thoughts are like either what are you on? You know what I mean? That's because you gotta know that you just opened up a can of. I just saw the chief of LAPD, the chief, say that when he heard the news of shots fired at the location that Nipsey Hussle was killed, and he was going through the list of the names of people who got shot, because there were 2 other victims who got shot
Right.
as well.
mhm.
He stopped at Nipsey Hussle. He was like, wait a minute. And he read it like, he said, I had to read it like 3 times. Like, not him. Like, he was a voice for the community. This is like the chief of police. And not for nothing, what makes that to me significant is the history of the LA PD
Right.
with minorities, you know what I mean? That's well documented. This ain't something that, we just making up here. This is just something that's been well documented throughout the years, and to get to a point where, you got a guy who had gang ties but had turned his life around, was giving back to the community, and has that much respect in that community. that's crazy, man. Like that lets you know how powerful and how impactful and how inspirational he was. But yeah, I thought that was kind of nuts. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm one. I knew it was gonna be like a regular, Joe.
You called it. I didn't.
Yeah.
You definitely called it.
And then it's like, 'cause think about it, like you kind of gotta fit in too. In that neighborhood, like if it was, like
now you know who they sent to kill Malcolm. So
oh no, right, somebody that
just
infiltrated
saying. Well, I'm just saying that doesn't make you part of. I mean, you're a part of, but you're not part of. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
It's like the spook
You're
that sat next to the door.
There you go. Yeah,
it's one of those things. Like
exactly.
you close enough where
right.
you look legit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that happens. But yeah, I'm just like I'm with the theories about why he was taken out. I don't think it was just a simple fact that him and somebody got into an argument because
you talking like the Dr. Sebi theories and stuff like that?
A little bit even more than that. Like people think of the Dr. Sebi information is online. Like you can go search that at any point.
I didn't know who Dr. Sebi. I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was until Nipsey Hussle, and I went down like a rabbit hole one night.
Yeah, right.
For like
When you start, it's hard to stop,
crazy.
man. Yeah.
But no, it was very interesting, and I was looking forward to, the documentary that he was working on.
Yeah.
Which Nick Cannon said he's still gonna make sure that that's coming out.
Right.
That.
I think somebody said it best. They was saying that it could have even been Nipsey, but they was saying like you gotta think about with him like exposing the fact that there's alternative medicine out there. That's like if you on a block hustling and somebody comes stand on your block.
Who said? I heard the same quote that you're talking about.
I think it could have been Nipsey then. I seen it in the
video. It was
video.
actually. He did say in the video.
Yeah.
He said it was like
he's like
you
using
money.
Yeah, on the street that's like thousands of dollars.
And that's
losing.
billions of dollars for the pharmaceutical
exactly.
companies. Yeah.
So for them, that Dr. Sebi, even when Dr. Sebi passed though, like folks that knew of him, like I know friends of mine that just seems suspect. You mean to tell me, huh?
Well, in the interview, he says, when he cured his 13th AIDS patient, his mom told him, they're gonna come kill you.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. I mean, it's the power of the dollar, man, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, back to the Nipsey thing, I could see him being taken out for more than just that. I mean, there's never been, and I'm just thinking back to every time I've seen him speak, there's never been, or seen footage of him, there's never been like scandal or anything like negative surrounding him. Every time he's talking about investing, uplifting, educating. You know what I'm saying? He's never been. I'm pretty sure he does or he has, but I'm not used to seeing Nip in a strip club making it rain on hoes. Like that's just you don't see him do the typical rapper stuff. Is all I'm saying.
The thing that's more deeper than that though is not that you see him talking, you see him doing it.
You see him doing it too.
I think that's that.
The actions match the word. Yeah.
Because then you know what? Like I've asked other people, like other friends that I may have. We've discussed like, why don't people go back and put some real money, actually be there, and you know what I mean, build up the community, like
because
the money.
What Boozy said.
I mean,
because of what Boozy said. Boozy went line. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that he's the first to say it, but 50 said it too. You know what I mean? Go back to the hood. I ain't going back to the hood. Man, fuck the hood. That's what 50 said. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. That the people who see you rise wish your demise.
Yeah, because why not me?
That's
exactly why him, why not me, or why her?
And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Like it's a psychological mess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Even when he was breaking down the whole gang culture on with Rosenberg and Ebro and them, when he was talking about talking to Eric Michael Dyson on the plane, talking about riding around looking for yourself. That's what you're doing when you're in that lifestyle and that culture. Is like you're riding around looking for yourself to off. That's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unfortunate. But when you break out of it like he did and, are able to see beyond what the public has, expected of you. And then realize a lot of dreams, and then help other people, and then be this, pillar of positivity for your community, and be taken out like that. It's just unfortunate.
So I guess that's why I was thinking to myself, man, like what makes the situation deep, because it's like there's other, I guess if we want to call them celebrities. Like I'm thinking about myself and like Chicago, and people be like, yeah, like why don't let's say Kanye, for instance, do more for Chicago. Like, like Chances don't have. I'm not counting nobody's pockets, but I'm sure he hasn't made as much money as a Kanye West that's secured. So why is Chance in Chicago doing more than you are? You know what I mean? Because you have the means. I ain't saying you gotta be there, and I ain't even saying you gotta be in the streets. Like Nip was actually like on some like Fred Hampton. I'm here. Like, granted, they say he wasn't at the store all the time, but
no, I get
people see him.
I heard
like
he was at the store that day to give one of his boys $50,000 who had just come home from prison to get back on his feet.
That's crazy. That's the type of dude yo was, man. Like that. That's all you hear stories of. Like people talk about how nice Chance is. We need to be talking about how nice Nipsey is, man. For real, for real. I mean,
oh yeah. But you know what it is though. You're not gonna hear it. You wasn't gonna hear it about Nip the same way if it didn't come from the community, because Chance is come on, he got a cleaner image.
I feel you, but so we got to change the narrative on these things, and that goes back to something that you were talking about earlier about Chance wanting to stay, people like Nip wanting to stay, people like Kanye want to get out. Kanye is like around my age. I wanted to get out. I wasn't trying to stay in Baltimore. I haven't been in Baltimore in like 20 years. Living, like, no. Like I was trying to get out. And it's sad that that's what you're taught. Like you're taught like, yo, don't stay here, because if you stay here, you might end up getting killed. Like, no, just go to college, find a job, get out. You know what I mean? But the narrative should be, go to college if you need to, build something and reinvest. And I think that's what he got, and that I'm starting to get as I get older, unfortunately. But and I think that the younger generation has, kind of latched on to quicker. So
I guess that's the problem too. Like when you think about it, like our communities could probably use more of us in it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
That's what
and then
it is.
Because then what you're doing is you just leaving behind. You leaving behind what's, I guess, what the world is already leaving behind.
Yeah, but you don't know that when you're growing up.
Nah,
when you growing up, you learning it, and then once you see like, oh well, I got a way out. Oh man, all right, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You really
like,
see it, and the funny thing is, you really see it like when gentrification starts.
Of course,
and then it's just like, damn, y'all, you didn't abandon the whole neighborhood,
and now it's
now
lit.
You can't even, it's so
you can't
funny
even afford to move in.
It's places in Chicago, man. Like I know, like my cousin used to stay. It's projects. It was projects all around. It was crazy. Now, like, you know what I mean? You can't even afford to pay a rent in that area, let alone own some stuff, because it's totally redone. And it's like, man, I be thinking like, we ride past. I'm like, first of all, you can't even you wouldn't even notice that it even existed how it was, say, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like how it is now. And it's just crazy, but a lot of people, when they roll, they leave stuff behind, and it's just there to be taken, and so but shout out to Nip, man. It's crazy, like, 'cause like even me, I ain't want to think about it too deeply, because I'm like, the deeper I think about like what he was doing for the people out there, because you can really say every hood is every hood, whether it's Maryland, Chicago,
right.
LA,
same shit.
It's the same thing, but just to see like what he was doing in his town and stuff like that, for him, like that person to get assassinated. I don't even want to say murdered, but for that person to get assassinated in front of his own stuff. It ain't even like it was somebody broke into his home and in front of his own commercial strip mall, basically.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The one thing I'm trying to build into the community, this is what you do. You kill me right in front of it.
It's scary.
Yeah.
These are the times.
Yeah, man. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. I mean, I guess we could close it out on just a R.I.P. to Nip, man, for real, because, I mean, it's just unfortunate circumstance, and, It is what it is.
I'm sure it'd be more developing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, they did catch the killer, which is good. The assassinator, if you will. So
did he? Maybe y'all know real fast, but did he turn this? Like, did he call and say where he was at? Because how would they?
He's in front of a mental hospital.
Yeah, so how would they? Like, why would? If you ask me, why would? How can you? Would you, as a police member? I mean, as a policeman, are you looking for a gang member, like in front of a mental hospital?
Well, maybe because, like, think about it. Once
Somebody
they plastered his face all over social media, you seen the girl who took the video from the car? Like, she's just on her way to work. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure she knew about it and she worked there. You know, I'm pretty sure there was probably other coworkers there that knew about that. You know,
it was world news.
Yeah.
The craziest thing, you know,
the most talk about thing all week. I'm so shocked that this has dominated the way it has, but I'm so happy it did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was going to get this big, but it deserves it.
Yeah,
what you about to say on the far?
No, it's two things. The funniest thing about it is, I've seen people we've all seen, I don't say me personally, we've all seen people get killed for, I don't know, a busted tail light or something.
Yeah.
But, like, the police.
Yeah.
How you got a armed murderer and y'all treat him like...
Oh, yeah, with kid gloves. They had everybody around him, but I didn't see no...
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, man, let's hold up. Wait, watch your head, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah.
Like,
be careful. Hold up, man.
As if he's one of, like, I mean, and that's what...
And then the accomplice was released and wasn't even questioned?
The girl that drove the car?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They asked her like a couple questions and they let her go. I don't even know if she was released. I don't even think she was ever in custody.
No. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be at least in, all right, we read you your rights. Now we gonna release you, I guess. I don't even think that got that deep.
That's crazy.
Cause she's saying she didn't know, right?
She didn't know?
She didn't know he shot and killed somebody.
Jay-Z donated $15 million to the trust fund for Nipsey Hussle's kids.
Wow. Damn.
That's
Talk
amazing.
about another guy who
Yeah.
really steps up big time right now that don't get any type of, publicity behind it. I guess he is through other people, but like the news ain't talking about that. Like no one's like we're talking about it. The industry and the culture will talk about it if it comes out, if one of his friends decide to leak it or whatever. But man, he been doing a lot. Jay-Z been on the road with this stuff, man.
I don't think Jay-Z has to do music anymore. Based on all this.
I don't think he hasn't had to do music anymore for quite some time, bro.
That's not what I mean. You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z's, he's in another space.
Yeah. I think he's on some. He's growing his hair out. Like Jay-Z is at that point where I don't give a fuck.
Now he's rich.
You have to.
I like that. I like Rich J.
Mm-hmm.
Rich J acts like how I want all rich brothers to act, man. Like fuck it, man. Like
Not
I'm
even
good.
rich.
Just come in with some sandals on. Like I don't care about my hair, man. I'm just chilling. Give me some black soap, and I'm good.
You want people to just feel like free.
Yeah, comfortable. Just like I don't have to conform. I love like that. That's the level of rich I feel like he's accomplished, and that's hard for a brother to do. I'm sorry, like that's impressive to see. Like he's established to the point where like, you know what, I'm good. Like whatever I do, we're good.
It's funny because you can probably get a lot out of folks if if you're not stressing over like your how you gonna feed yourself, how you gonna feed your family. Basically like if it
You
was
can
like
move however you want.
What's that?
Yeah.
Is that socialism, communism with a whole basically like let's say for
Socialism
instance,
would be everybody getting the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No. So actually,
everybody
you
gets
probably
the same
would.
piece of the pie.
Like if you're not concerned, for instance, like if you're not concerned about, because people that's go getters, they're gonna be go getters regardless of the fact. Like they not really chasing a paycheck, and those people actually probably more than likely get the bigger checks because just their ambition, like their drive, right? So what I'm saying is that like if, for instance, I think they was talking about healthcare, and they was saying it's some where some countries, where they got universal health care and yada, yada, yada. Canada. Yep. It's like people actually are healthier, and it's not because of like, oh, they going to the doctor more often or they do anything differently. It's just the fact is that you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
You get sick, they got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't worry about the medicine and the fees and this and that. But I would say that you would probably go to the doctor more often because you don't have to pay those fees.
Okay.
And I was trying to plug all that in to say that, like,
Hov living like a Canadian.
Nah, I was just saying that when you free, like, when obviously money gives you freedom.
That was good.
Money allows you freedom that somebody without it doesn't have. So with Jay, you're almost $1 billion deep. Like, you don't gotta have a seizure.
Oh, you probably are over $1 billion when you count the misses.
You gotta worry about other things though, like guys kissing your wife on the mouth.
Whoa, Kev. He rushes right on in, right? You guys is killing my segues. I be having it teed up in my head, and y'all just go right in. How free do you have to be to allow someone to kiss on B?
I mean,
that's a bar.
You gotta have some. To do that, you gotta be
First of all, if to do that, you have to have the mindset of
you're okay with getting
killer.
knocked out.
No. You have to have the mindset of a boss, of possibly the biggest drug dealer that this big rich town has ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I think he's living in. I think he's living in his character a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. Listen, that's not the councilman over there. That's goddamn Jay-Z. Yeah, I mean, you're not just going to choke him out over the goddamn bar. Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, because Hov looked like he was ready to do something.
I think the first joint was
respectable.
Cool. The second one is like, we ain't in French or whatever. We ain't in Paris. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got a little bit of the lip. You know what I mean? I
felt like he was going in a little close too. I felt like he was going a little close. You know what I mean? Because the first one it was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I feel you. The second one it felt like, come here, like it was a little aggressive. I mean, not just the kiss on the close to the lip, but the fact that I felt like he pulled her in. Like she didn't expect that. She didn't expect to be. You know what I mean? Like just okay, manhandled by ghosts like Angela in one of these power scenes.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
I'm interested in what he was and what he actually was saying as he's like, you know, because you know he was saying something to her too. Right. You know, I'm pretty sure, hey, it's nice to meet you. You know, I then. Cause she's like, okay, okay, like,
and right in front of Tasha, his wife. Like,
you know what's funny? All right, so here's a crazy thing I had when I saw Tasha right there, right? So I'm like, yo, what if they record this shit?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what if somebody recording this shit for Power season 6?
I can see
because the footage is
this footage is
the
real.
Footage is there.
Yeah, it's right there. It's like, yo, you can see
maybe he
Ghost and Tasha with the Carters.
Look,
yeah, man.
I hope y'all sign this release, but we recording right now. Whatever. She like, huh? That's why she looking like, what are you talking?
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, don't tell Jay-Z don't come out tonight. You know what I'm saying? And then gave her another little kiss, and she like, wait, what? What? Are we rolling?
They gonna edit this part out.
He did drop a trailer for Power the next day or the same day too on his Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
For the new season,
yeah. I mean, that's what you do when you're 50. Mm-hmm. When you're 50, you gonna add fuel to the fire. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is golden right here for him. He like, yeah. I mean, hey man, listen. 50 said it best on one of his rants on his IG page. He shot a shot. He got excited. You know what I'm saying? It's Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's Beyonce. Like, when are you going to have another opportunity like that to get that close to Beyonce's lips?
After that, never. Ever.
That's why you shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take.
True.
We just talked about this earlier today.
That's true. And what I'm more curious. What does your wife say when you?
I was wondering if you and say that. Only thing he's married, right?
Plastered all over the internet is you.
Yeah. I'm sure she's there with him too.
Oh yeah.
She probably like, what she smell like?
She was recording. She was the one holding the phone. She's the one
you gotta understand how. Yeah, you gotta understand how women, look at Beyonce. Like, it's not like you just cheating with some regular. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she like, oh, all right, let me hold your coat.
Like, it's funny too, because going back to I know Nipsey and Lauren did something not too long ago on I know they showed clips of it on.
Oh, the
Instagram.
50 the rapid question joint.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and he was like,
if we going to that's what Kev wanted us to do here, right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Not for it's a topic for the show, not just for Kev.
Question. Kev's questions or
okay.
questions for Kev. Yeah, okay. But anyway, it was a rapid fire questionnaire.
Yeah, and they asked, they was like, yeah, who's your like celebrity crush or your your celebrity pass or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Nip was like, man, you got the wrong one. Like,
Yeah, I don't care. I ain't answering
like,
that.
Yeah, get out of here. You know what I mean? But
real one.
yeah.
Another example of yo being a real one, man. But yeah. Y'all letting somebody get that close to your missus?
And kiss her in the mouth? Nah, that's not
He
happening.
didn't kiss her on the mouth. He didn't kiss her on the mouth.
He tried to. Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It looked
What's
so
that conversation like
uncomfortable.
afterwards? Like
That's what I'm saying. Well, first of all, what are you doing? That's what I want to know. That's the question of the week for Kev. What are you doing when, you know, someone makes that effort, when someone makes that attempt on the missus? What's the next move?
I'm pretty sure Jay probably grabbed his arm and was like, yo, what was that? What are you doing?
Well, as you could see in the footage,
His face is like,
he looks very shocked, but
Disgusting.
Amari is far. He's gone. He's out of there. Boom. My man, he was in and out. He knew what he was doing. He like he could. The funny thing is, he did it when Jay was looking away. Like if you see, you gotta break
Was
this
the
video
second
down.
one?
No, the first one he was looking away. Jay caught the tail end of the second one. Like, whoa, what's going on over here? That's how his face
what
looked
was
like.
he doing? He went to give someone else a hug?
He was like dapping somebody else
It was
up or
probably
something
a
like
setup.
that.
Like, you go
You
over
know that
there.
was a setup.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
over
that was
here.
Right. You gotta look at the video, man. You gotta break this shit down like frame by frame, bro. I'm trying to tell you. He definitely turned away. Mari was like, "Oh, all right, cool. I'm in here." You know what I'm saying? Got one.
I got 2 seconds.
Yeah, he didn't get the one he
I got
wanted, so
2
he went right back
seconds.
in for another. Yeah, you know what I mean, then that's when Jay turning around and like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on here?" And Amari's like, "I'm out of here," saying, "I'm out of here." And Jay couldn't. He didn't even know what had happened. He was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Beyonce looked all flustered and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was a lot going on. Are you watching it?
I'm trying to pull it up.
I'm
Even though I've seen it so many times, I'm trying to like.
It's if you break it down frame by frame. So that's why I asked, what do you do?
Tata, get the pepper spray.
Tata grab the spray.
That's what you
Get
doing?
the pepper spray.
You calling Tata? Why Tata always got to do the dirty work, yeah?
That's what he gets paid for.
Mike, what are you doing?
I don't know. I like if somebody's legitly trying to. I mean, if somebody's
a lot of
legitly
deep breaths
trying
over
to,
here.
because I'm trying to think, if somebody's like, you know, let's say we having something at the house, people come by, you know, friends, and you know, a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Like Michelle has, I'm saying her name and everything, but she's had like guy friends, like, you know, before me, and you know, I some of my female friends, that's just how we may greet each other like that, especially depending on their culture and stuff like that.
I understand that.
But if it feels like suspect,
would you consider?
Yeah, there's a difference between that because I have girlfriends that do
right,
that, and my wife, or I have friends that would do that with.
and
my
that's
wife.
what I'm saying. Would you
That's
consider ghost friends of the Carters? Like, would you consider the Hardwicks and the
That's what
Carters
I'm
are
saying.
going out? You know
I
what
don't think
mean?
so.
the first
So
one can
exactly.
still be out of respect. Like it ain't like.
So
if
this
somebody-
is an initial meeting, basically. You know what I mean? Y'all don't really know each other, but you being cordial. You at an event. You know what I mean?
No, I feel like he should have did it like the kiss on the cheek. It's because of who it was. Well, I don't. You know what? Let me do, and try to be fair with him, and say like
I want to know about Mike. Wow, no, I
with
don't want.
me,
Yeah, what would you do?
That's a little much. Like, yo, what's good? Like, what we doing? You know what I mean? It'd have to be something would have to get said. Obviously,
Okay.
something would have to get said, and there would have to be a genuine. Oh, nah, it wouldn't like. Versus what? Like if it was something, you know what I mean? It would. I don't even want to talk about it. Cause you know what I mean.
We
Like,
broke him. We broke him.
You know where it's going. It's just like, yo,
We
what's
broke
Yo,
going?
you gotta go. You gotta go, bro.
It's probably a little bit even more than that.
Fuck outta
like,
here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying he smacked on the ass. Then you know what I mean, we just saying like, yo, you went in for a little bit of a too much of a kissy. You know what I mean, like, come on,
like,
fam.
yo, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna get upset in my own home. You gotta go. Yeah,
You just gonna kick
I
him
mean,
out.
I'm already
outta
upset
here.
now because I'm like,
You
yo,
just
what are
kicking
you?
him out.
You're out of there. You're out of there.
Greg, what's up? Go ahead. What's up? What you doing? What you doing?
We
Kev
go.
walks in the door,
We have.
sees your wife.
Well, first of all, Kev knows him, so that's different. You know what I mean? But
you damn right it'd be different. Like, yo, what are you doing, man? Yo,
What-
you. What's up? You know it already.
What happens is a conversation, not even publicly, because I can't show that I'm visibly frustrated by it, but I see that my wife definitely don't like it, and I know I'm boiling up on the inside, so I pull him to the side afterwards. I'm like, listen, man, I don't know how you get down when you greet people, but that's not appropriate.
If you
to
ever
me.
do that again, I'm gonna break your neck.
I mean, that's how I feel like Hov probably handled it on the, on the back end. Hov like, yo, it's cameras around the whole 9 yards. I can't really get out there like that, like I want to.
Social media.
Exactly, but
and that's what I was trying to say. Like, I don't know Amari's background, and you know, because it's certain. For instance, like my one good friend of mine, they Puerto Rican, her family Spanish. They that's how they greet.
yeah, no, that's
so
real.
it's not like whether they know you or not. I'm like, oh, you can come with. Hey, this is my friend Greg.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, they come over, give you a little hug.
Yeah.
That's what they do. All right, it is what it is.
I got you.
But Omari is like, it could have been a little. It is Beyonce, so you gotta be thinking. I don't know. Then he's married. You would hope. I mean, it's whatever.
If I don't see him doing that with other people when he greets him, then I have an even bigger problem. With
Oh,
him.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, he better be on that all night.
Yeah, that has to.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
And it has to be a double kiss. Like, that can't even just be
Yeah.
one. Like, you got to go in for two for every girl in this joint. You know what I mean? Like,
even
seriously.
some of the dudes you meet.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be like, yo, what's up, good brother?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You know
all
what I
that.
mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Bring
Straight
it
up.
in. Bring it in. You know what I mean? Show me some love.
That's funny, man. Do you think that's something that would be like toxic to a relationship? Like you was talking about the situation with the conversation with him and his wife going home. You know?
Oh hell yeah!
Is that
especially if it's not something that you would normally would do?
is it, so that's
Like if that was like the first time you ever did that,
mhm.
Yeah, your wife
you're
going
to be answering a lot of questions on that ride home.
Is that it, so? Is that grounds for like, okay, cool, now we gotta go ahead and put this prenup in motion?
They already married. It's too late.
No, we put it in motion, meaning like once we split up, you go your way, we go I go mine, and we keep.
Oh,
everything the
I
way
see
it
what you're
was.
saying.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. No, it's not that worthy.
The prenup or not to prenup.
That was the segue. That's
the
where I was
question.
going for. Yeah, that's where I was going. It was terrible, but that's where I was headed. I don't do it as good as you guys anymore. That's
Mike's
fine.
Segue king here.
Well, you kind
doing the Greek.
you kind of been jumping the gun too, Kev.
Kev tried to steal a
don't,
base or
yeah,
two.
don't.
You tried to steal a base or
Yeah.
two. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, you definitely
Got thrown
would.
out.
Yeah, I mean, you be going for them picks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You be going for them, them INTs. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, to prenup or not prenup, that was the question.
I think
Is there
that
any
depends on the situation.
So what circumstances would you feel like it's acceptable to prenup?
I mean, if I'm Jay-Z and you showing up with a backpack, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're making her do it. Okay. I'll get it. All right. You don't want to lose nothing.
I would think it's the same way too. You know?
Hmm.
If you're Beyonce and I'm showing up with the backpack, all right, yeah,
You cool with that?
yeah, I probably would be.
Okay.
You damn right he is.
Yeah.
You ain't no choice.
Yeah, it's either what's the alternative?
So
there?
so let's take the superstardom out of it. We're
Okay.
regular people. None of us are Jay-Z nor Beyonce. Is there any circumstances under normal life that you feel like, you know what? Yeah, I think we might need to go ahead. I mean, if she's showing up with a backpack, is that the same? Is it the same rule now?
Yeah, because I got the backpack too. Then I mean, I'm cool. I don't need. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
You never doing it.
If we're two regular people, I'm cool.
What if you come up?
Oh well, she was with me when I came up, so.
No. I mean, I feel you, but like, you know, you glow up. Like, some things that you see that are common is, you know, you get one when you start, and then as you get success, then you level. What does the kid say? Level up. Then you level up.
As he's trying to be careful.
Be careful. No. You
Greg
level
Speak
up,
as a
and then you
listener to the show. He's trying to be careful.
Not at all. You level up, right? So if that were to be the circumstance, and you do decide to, you know, keep your backpack chick, you know what I mean?
Nah, I'm good regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because most likely you probably have children with that woman.
Well,
So
wait a
she's
minute.
also the mother of your child.
I mean,
children
I
now,
would
you know,
hope that
that's-
would come after the fact, but I mean, if that happened prematurely and y'all was just, you know what I mean, rocking
depends
out,
how long the
cool.
grind is. You know, if it's like 10 years, I would expect.
It's a Cardi B come up. How about that?
Yeah,
Year and a half. A Tekashi come up.
I'm good with
year and a half.
I'm good. I don't need it.
Okay.
I'm cool.
All right.
Me, it's me.
I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking anything that you're doing. I'm
There's
just
things that are more important to me than money.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, but and with that being said, though, let's just say if for whatever reason, like you in love with that person, but that person doesn't, say for instance, like they don't have the same ambitions and drives that you have.
That's real.
So you out here getting it, basically kind of getting it popping on your own. You guys share that like romantic, I guess, relationship and friendship and stuff like that. But that person just, I'm satisfied just going to working at.
But you gotta be cool. You would know that beforehand. So you would have to be like, I feel like to stay with that person, you would already have to know that. So like you would have to make that decision up even beforehand.
Right. What I'm saying. So that decision to be made then would be like, you know what? You'd have to know that's how the type of person they are, but to even stay with them. Like if you were cool with that, the money piece isn't gonna really matter. I mean, it could because you look at it like,
well, if I'm in the same situation, and I'm just like I don't even though I know that my dream is going to blow, it it hasn't happened, so it's kind of like just still a dream. You know what I mean? So in my current situation, I'm cool with the person that I'm just settled for. That has, although she doesn't have the ambition, she might have other intangibles that I find attractive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But you would know already, like, all right, I got big dreams and I got a vision and drive. This person doesn't. Am I okay with being with somebody like that?
Would you think?
You'd have to make that up beforehand.
Well, see, and that's where I think it gets difficult, because I think it's easy to say beforehand. I think where it becomes difficult is once you've come up. Because once you've come up, you've realized a way to stay up. So it's almost like you've grown a little bit. You've evolved. You know what I mean? So if you've evolved, are you staying with someone that has not?
I don't know. I mean, I'm cool with it. As long as I still.
I like asking Kev deep questions, and he just like, I'm cool with it.
Because I'm cool. I would know that from the rip. I would have already made my mind up. Like, yo, if I turn in to be the president of the United States and you want to be like just there, tagging along.
Okay.
All right, whatever. As long as I'm happy and I'm cool with that, then
I'm president.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I can Robert Kraft this whole situation.
Yeah, because you think
I'm good.
Nah,
and you're also thinking
I can still take care of home.
What's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are, I think there are circumstances in which maybe you would probably go into a situation with a prenup, even as regular folks, because I think that. I think people use people here. I think people use people sometimes, and I think sometimes people have an agenda and they can hide it for years. I think. And
hell no, like nobody, like even look at the Cardi B situation. Nobody knew that Cardi B was going to turn into Cardi B. You weren't showing up at the strip club like that girl's going to be.
Oh no, not
star.
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. You don't know that, but you kind of. It's almost like you get the.
But she didn't marry like beneath her either.
What's that?
It's not like she met a random dude.
As a matter of fact, she left her guy. She
in jail. He was in jail.
Well, I mean, hey man, she was loyal to him for like all through season 1.
There you go. So then
there's
your situation. Two regular people. I came up. You gotta go.
That's the circumstance.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, all right. So you riding? You doing a bid?
Yeah.
Okay, so she get locked up. You doing a bid?
Yeah, it depends how long it is. We getting life. I mean, come on.
I mean, not life, but shoddy time. 15 years.
That's a long time, dude.
We're getting closer to the breaking point. Okay,
15
cool.
15 years.
10.
These are different circumstances than the original question.
Just throwing out.
Yeah.
These are all scenarios in which you would maybe. Remy married Papoose when she was locked up. These are real stories. This is a real thing. Like, do you think Papoose knew that Remy was going to eventually blow up to be Remy? Maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Papoose, you're cool with that.
Why are you cool with that if you're Papoose?
Because she's the one that she came up.
But it took like 5 years for that.
Yeah, but Papoose was.
He was free and working.
Working on what? Music?
I mean, he has mixtapes out.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. What was he working on?
I mean, it's
That's not a knock on Papoose.
I mean, it sounds like it. I mean,
Nah,
goddamn.
but you're making it seem like Papoose is on the same level as like Drake.
All
or,
I'm saying
Cardi
is
B.
no, but I'm saying that these are people that are closer in to make this comparison to because they're regular folks. Like they going through regular shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Remy just got a store. Yeah, I mean, she's making music and stuff like that, and she's come up a long way. But she was in jail. Like, I mean,
Or some people that just don't manage finances like the same way. They decide to protect themselves by saying, you know what, we'll do this. That way, whatever you decide, I think that's fair for both parties.
That's
Whatever
true.
you earn.
What are you doing, Mike?
Kev,
it really
the tables have
depends.
turned. Look at Kev.
Depends on what.
Like, it depends on the person that you actually. It's not even about the person personally, but it's some traits that they have. Let's say Kev, like let's say you got a couple dollars, right? Not like rich money, but you got a couple dollars that you didn't earned and saved and yada yada yada. And you dating somebody like you totally into her and everything like that, and y'all, you see yourself being with that person, but they don't manage stuff the way you do.
You mean like they're spending your money?
Yeah, like they overspending and it's
outside
going
of our
into your,
means?
I mean, they spending your savings and
That's
stuff
a conversation,
like that.
though. I'm like, that I think has to happen.
I mean, but let me ask you this though: are you
Beforehand?
Beforehand? No, I think once it starts to get once it starts to get out of hand.
Well, then it's too late.
By that time, you already
you already married.
Too late.
Not even though you already married. Not even the fact that you would already be married, but you would already probably be.
I think you would have that sorry to cut you off, but you would have that understanding beforehand. I would know how you are with money and managing money before I get into a committed relationship.
But because some people don't show their true colors until like it can be like a year or two later. You know what I mean?
Man.
Now, let's say for instance, now
I'd be mad at myself then.
you gonna be in a situation where you're living with somebody. Let's just say you're in a relationship with somebody, and you just not a fan of how they spend money, what they do with money. So at that point, it's like, you know what? I want to take that next step. I think she'll be an excellent, let's say, mom or excellent person, to spend life with. But just in case things don't work out, you don't want to feel like you got to give up your entire nest egg, half of it, because I don't know, y'all relationship, the love was lost.
See, I look at that differently. I would think that I would look at the person's decision making as like a whole beforehand and be like, all right, am I cool with, like, if I didn't know how they were with finances, I would know how they are with making other types of decisions. And if it's not how I kind of moved or thought was an okay situation to move, I wouldn't be able to stay.
But once
in
you've
that
been bitten by that bug, you've been bitten by that bug. It's crazy because it was a part in what was that? How did we get married, or how did we get married to, or whatever?
Yeah, why did I get married?
Why did I get married? And then remember when Janet was like, that was my money that she made off her book.
Yeah.
And he like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like you taking me to right now. She was taking him to court to split up how they was gonna do the finances, but she left out $800,000 or whatever it was. Like, well, that's my money, and I did. And he like, ain't no such thing. Remember, you trying to. My firm is my firm. Like, I put this together. I did X, Y, Z.
Yes, all the splitting and stuff.
Yeah, now we talking about splitting everything, but you don't want to split that portion because you feel.
I think, too, I would look at the situation like if I was somebody that came up and I made a lot of money in a short amount of time, and then I found out that the person that I'm with, I would know beforehand, but hypothetically, if I found out they were crazy the way they were managing the finances, and I got out of the situation, I'd be like, all right, I think I did this once, so I should have enough confidence in myself to be able to know that I could do it again.
What?
I lost like people that make money and then lose money.
Oh, okay,
and then,
all right,
like,
and
make it
back
again.
again.
Yeah, you should have enough confidence in your efforts and your hustle that you be able to figure that out again.
Yeah,
so,
okay, I feel what you say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, so Kev get money. Okay, so that's why
Definitely
I got
not.
you. I hear you.
If it's really about love, I just feel like if it's really about our relationship and our love, then yeah, you probably wouldn't have why wouldn't you sign a prenup?
I just feel like finances are probably one of the number one contributors that get in the way in a relationship. So I'm always curious to see how people handle those.
Do
types
any
of
of you have a prenup?
Why? What? I don't have nothing. What?
Nah.
Okay, I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. Just general topic. You know what I mean, not to spend too much time on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I understand, but I love is love. Whatever. Jussie on the loose. Anyone cares?
Who?
Jussie on the loose. Anyone cares?
Gupac?
Gupac.
Is that what it is? Is that how they call him?
Gupac back.
Yeah, I'm saying.
What my man Chris Rock say? That's a waste of light skin.
I don't even understand how he gets away with this.
What did
stuff,
he do
man.
now?
No, I mean he just out. He just out. All charges dropped. Boom, out of here.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Peace.
We knew that
Deuces.
was happening.
Okay,
We knew that was going to happen.
All right. I didn't know that they were going.
You haven't heard anything about R. Kelly, man. That was like the news is.
Kelly's looking for Jesse's lawyers.
Yeah,
I'm saying the
yeah,
news
right.
story.
Yeah.
The news is 1 week is one thing, and then we're on to something else right away.
That's exactly how
It's crazy.
it's
So
contrived. Denzel said it best, man.
So the real thing you gotta be looking for in those moments is what's
really going on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's behind the
not
curtain?
the diversion, but
Yeah.
what's really
Uh-huh.
going
We're
on.
not hearing a lot about this Mueller report or anything like that.
Nah, that
We're
went
not-
away real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No one got in trouble. The mob boss is still free, but all the mobsters got locked up.
I did hear that the U.S. Congress is petitioning to get Trump's tax returns. I don't know
Who
what
cares?
that means.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
what's
what
the
is-
hopes on that?
Matter.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, he didn't pay nothing.
right.
All right, so
By
what
the
are they
time
gonna
all
do?
that stuff settles, he's
gonna
gonna
be
be
out of office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like what? We're gonna forget about it.
You can't arrest an acting president, can you?
You could impeach the president.
You can
and then I think
impeach
arrest
them,
the
but you
president.
can't. Yeah, right. But yeah,
That's got two things got to happen.
it's just like nothing's going on. Whatever.
There's a lot of money being wasted, though. I'll tell you that.
Money being wasted.
Yeah, tax dollars. Being
Oh,
wasted.
absolutely. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Or exchanging hands, I should say.
Anyone sports? How about that?
Let's go.
Anybody been watching any sports lately?
I've been watching the Phillies.
This guy.
Well,
We don't. We can move on. We don't got to talk about it. 164 more games, I think.
It's
but-
all good, man. You guys got Bryce, man. Y'all going to the series this year.
What's
We're
up with
looking good.
predictions for NCAA?
I'm not.
All
even
four of my
interested.
teams are going, man.
I'm not.
I
even
couldn't
interested in these
believe that Duke lost.
guys.
I couldn't believe that Purdue lost that game too. That kid
That
was
was
shooting his lights
Yeah, that
out.
was a good game though. That was a
Yeah.
real good game. The Duke game though, it's Tom Izzo. I'm not. Am I surprised? Not really. Those guys are probably 4-year seniors playing a whole bunch of freshmen. Like
they are.
I read something yesterday that said that Zion was considering returning back for another year, which
And
I'm
then-
like, that might be the.
that was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah,
Oh, is
exactly.
that was it? Was
Yeah,
it really?
was.
Yeah, it would have
was.
had to been. I don't know. I never
okay.
heard
Yeah, it
that,
was on
but
verse.
I'm thinking it would be an April Fool's
Yeah,
joke.
it was on PTI on Monday. They led their show with that
Oh
same
man, that's
story.
great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But in Zion news, $100 million Nike contract, and he's out here playing rec ball. I mean,
As long as it's guaranteed.
or not
money,
even
I'm
Nike
cool.
contract, shoe contract. I'm just
Okay.
assuming it's Nike, but they're saying it's going to be valued at least 100 M's, and he's out here
Is
trying
that a
to
big shoe contract? I'm not familiar with the LeBron situation. He got stupid.
LeBron's
Well,
first
it was
one
like a
was
life-
90, right?
He
yeah.
has a lifetime.
He has a
contract.
lifetime now, but his
But
first,
his first
one
deal
was
was
his
for-
first one was one of the biggest though.
Yeah, it was
Zion's
90.
gonna break that record easily. I mean, it's just more money.
I'm
now,
surprised
that's
that Puma, since they have an affiliation with Jay-Z, has not offered him a ridiculous amount
all.
of
You trying
money.
to be funny?
No, because I think that
What kind of pockets Puma got? They got $100 million pockets to be offering to that.
I'm pretty sure they. If you get
the way they
you
break
would
the
figure out.
contracts down.
You could figure out a way to get Zion over there.
How?
Puma got money, man.
Puma do not.
They don't have Nike money, but if he's
They don't even have Under Armour money.
stop.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. Would you think that? What do you think Puma is? Like, Puma's nice, and Puma's making a comeback. Who do you think? Because they got a jet? Come on, man. These other companies got jets, too. They just don't.
Is his shoe
advertise
gonna
them.
sell like that though?
It depends on what it looks
They'll
like.
market the shit out of it. It'll
Hell,
sell. Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
It doesn't matter. It could be the ugliest shoe in the world.
Right.
Some
Well,
of them LeBron
yo,
sneakers are ugly
first
as
of-
hell.
yeah,
Not
just
for nothing.
Put him on a commercial with him dunking all over the place, and them
Yeah.
motherfuckers are going to
Those kids
sell.
will eat that up.
Hell
I think it really
yeah.
depends on what.
Like, I can't believe how many kids
in the league.
wear Under Armour sneakers.
Because of
I mean,
Steph Curry.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
Steph-
they're
they
not.
love 'em.
You're not catching me in Under Armour sneakers.
I mean, And they probably looking at you like, I would never wear those dad Nikes that Kev has.
Yeah, they definitely would.
Yeah.
But no, that's the thing. That's how it goes.
I'm even thinking about like some of the bigger names now, like that's younger in the league. Let's say like even staying with Philly. Let's say like an Embiid. Is people really going out there to buy a sneaker?
Absolutely.
And not an Embiid.
Embiid
sneaker.
sneaker?
Kids would. Young
They don't
kids
buy
would.
center
serious?
sneakers, bro. Like you gotta look at the league and
Nah,
what's
but
popular,
young
right?
Embiid is super marketable. So
He's
as long as they market it right, yeah, he's good.
What the problem is they ain't gonna look good on his feet, like because he's big, he got big feet. Like you gotta look at the history of the league and what sold in the league. Like what centers have sold in the league? Even the Ewings, and I had a pair of Ewings.
Yeah,
He
weren't
was nice.
wasn't
Yeah.
I liked them,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. They weren't popping. Shaq's has never had a selling shoe. The David Robinsons was okay. That
David
probably was the only
Robinsons-
ones.
But David Robinson's was originally Air Force Ones.
Yeah. The first. Why
They were, because remember they came out with before they like I think they
No, I thought they were like the Barclays. They was like a mix on
Barclays was nice too.
the Barclays were nice, but
Yeah.
Barclay ain't the center.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember having a pair of red Air Force Ones, but they was like at the time before.
Oh man, you giving me an idea. Go ahead.
Your favorite
Just
sneaker
sneakers.
Jones?
Did you see Blackish? Did you watch Blackish? Any of you guys watch Blackish?
Wait, yesterday?
Yeah.
I didn't see yesterday's.
All right, cool. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this.
Damn.
We might
But-
do it next week. We're gonna do it next
All
week.
right, but anywho,
First
you know what I mean,
sneaker.
they
Go
was saying, but they was David Robinsons though. I mean, at least that's what we called them back home. They was
Right.
like, yo, but then
The Admiral?
then they wound up being
Yo, who?
What?
I can't imagine somebody like, yo, you got them
them
Admirals.
Yeah, you got the new
Admirals,
Admirals.
Yo, you got them
on.
ads, yo,
Yeah.
yo.
But
I
then
see
I
you,
felt
Mike,
like-
with them
Yeah.
Admirals, shorty.
I feel like they split off. The next, you know, it was the same exact sneakers, except they came
Admiral.
out in white.
What NBA player has the best nickname?
It's got to be one of Shaq's. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I
what I
mean?
was thinking too.
Yeah, it's got to be one. Although the
Admiral
answer,
not even
is
top
dope.
Answers, I like that.
I like
yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
When the answer came in, I was like,
Mamba.
oh, that's kind of dope. I
The
didn't
Black
really
Mamba?
like the Mamba because it was self-given. But then again, the answer was, and a couple other ones were. Yeah. I like one of the Shaqs. Superman was probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
Diesel.
But then what's his name took that?
Who? Dwight?
Dwight.
Yeah.
Now
Nah.
who got it? Who's trying to use it now?
Shaq gave it to Giannis.
Giannis,
Shaq
okay,
was
he
like,
gave
yo, Giannis is better than me at 24.
You
I
gonna
was
see
like-
him tomorrow night?
Yeah, I am. I'm
gonna
looking
be-
forward to it, man. Hopefully he plays because the end of the season, I'm getting kind of nervous. I would wear a Giannis shoe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Nah, oh, maybe not. Not a Clay, not a Giannis, not a.
And see, that's what I'm
Paul
saying.
George.
Like,
Wasn't those the short shoes that Zion blew out?
those were the ones.
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
If I'm Paul George, I'm
If-
mad as hell.
if you wouldn't wear like a Ghana sneaker and he's killing it, Zion to me, like right now, I think the only people that's selling sneaks is guards or like point whatever. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like
you
point
go
forwards.
or
Yeah,
something
point
like
forwards,
that.
like Braun. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're not like
Zion is, besides for LeBron, hasn't been a kid that has come out of college like that has had this much attention.
you don't think?
Out of college, the only
Granted,
person I could think
Kids,
of
people
is,
are going to LeBron's high school games.
Yeah, well, LeBron. Yeah, he
They
went
were
straight to
on
the league though.
ESPN. You're right. That's
But
true.
but in college,
Not like this.
they was talking a lot about Anthony Davis, even in college.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Kentucky.
it's
yep.
true.
Yeah, like
D Rose
not in
and
college
Memphis.
though.
Yeah,
I mean, he was nice, but like he was more like a Ja at Memphis because Memphis is a smaller school.
Rule?
God, you had to. Yo, you had every show. We gotta get a reference, bro.
All right.
You had to sneak a Ja Rule Murder Inc. reference in here, man. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I wanted to go next week, man. We're gonna talk about, your first sneaker, man. The one that you bought. Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot of firsts on here. I wanna know about the first one, the first pair that you copped with your bread. You know what I'm saying? When you was trying to stun on them and get that girl in school to get to notice you. Anything else? You guys see the Joker trailer by any chance?
Yeah, I watched it today.
Oh, before we get off the sports, man, shout out to my man Russ. Honorable performance last night. I don't know if we touched on it.
Was it 20 points, 20 boards, and 20?
21 assists.
That is
Yeah.
correct. The official Rolling 60 game. You know what I mean? We'll call it that in honor of his homie, Nipsey.
He like stopped the game after he caught the ball.
Yeah.
I liked it.
He was going for it. Like I think
Yeah.
everybody knew he was going for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was real respectable. Real respectable what other players was doing. DeMar. I was shocked Kawhi even did something.
What do?
Kawhi had the R.I.P. nip. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
On the shoe.
Well, he's a
I'm like,
Cali boy too, right?
yeah, all of them. I just you don't want to associate Kawhi with LA like that because
Nah,
he's so quiet and stuff. But yeah, man, everybody
Damn.
from the area definitely showed out. So good stuff.
I mean, I like. It. I'm sad by saddened by the circumstances, of course, but you love the energy, like you know what I mean, like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what though? I was thinking about that. Like, you really don't get your flowers when you're when you're
that's
here.
crazy.
You
It's
know?
crazy that it
like
took
your
this.
album sales spike like that. Like,
Yeah,
it's great music.
Yeah,
3,000%.
that was
Yeah.
slept on for
It
how
was.
many years?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And now maybe that's what it took, and hopefully his family can live off of this, and reap the benefits of all his hard work, because ultimately that's what it sounded like he was doing it for anyway.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
his community, his family, everybody benefits, and that's always a good thing.
That's how you go out, man.
Hell yeah.
That's how you go out like a G.
So we booking this thing basically with Nipsey. I'm not even gonna touch on the Joker trailer because I don't think it was
You
all
just
that
seen
anyway.
either one of you guys seen any movies this week?
Sorry. Nah, I don't
Nah?
think I seen anything this week.
I watched that Triple Frontier.
I did too. I checked that out.
You finally watched that?
Finally. What do you mean?
Yeah,
It came out like 2 weeks ago.
No, it's been out for like a month, bro.
Man,
Okay.
it may have been 2 weeks.
No,
I
it
don't think
hasn't
it's been
been.
a month.
No,
Yeah.
it has been a month.
It was between that and
'Cause I was
the
waiting
Bonnie
for it
and
to come out
Clyde
March
one.
13th.
I
That's
didn't-
what I wanted to see.
I didn't-
Highwayman.
I didn't watch that one yet.
I ain't watched it yet either.
Now thoughts on Triple Frontier?
Eh, it was cool.
And you only say that because of what?
I don't know. I just the movie wasn't about what I thought it was gonna be. I felt like the actual heist was gonna be like the whole premise of the movie, and it wasn't.
Yeah, and that was like
that was like 15 minutes.
that was
2
light.
That
hours.
was real light.
Yeah, and they just walked in there and took all the money, rolled right out of there, and then couldn't get out of the country. Like, I didn't. It wasn't anything spectacular.
the movie.
The trailer hyped it up, and I was hyped to watch it. And
Had
then
good
it was
actors in it.
disappointment. Did it?
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That movie would have been ass without the cast.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
That's exactly.
Because if you take out, say, Ben Affleck, put any other dude in that. I mean, if you just take out the cast and replace them with
anybody,
that-
B-list
anybody.
actors.
Yeah, you'll be like this.
But my thing was, I just didn't like the ending. I'm like, yo, y'all do all this, and this is how we're ending. You know what I mean?
Well, nah. I would have felt that way if at the very, very end.
I know they gave him the longitude, and latitude. And the
Yeah,
location
so you
of
gotta.
money.
I'm going back and getting that fucking money.
Yeah. How you
Well,
gonna get
you
out the
gonna-
country? You're gonna get the same. You're gonna encounter the same problem. You couldn't get over the mountain because the
You gotta
money
get a
weighed you
chopper
down.
Again.
But now you can make a
You can
plan
make
for it.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
We figure that out. We tried this. It didn't
yeah.
work.
Okay, so y'all gonna come back there where they already are looking for you guys, and you're gonna collect this
You ain't
money.
gotta come back to like next week.
You
Yeah.
make it seem like this is your country. Like you just roll up in there and take the money
No, I'm
anytime you
saying,
want,
now
man.
You,
like
you
this.
can wait. You can wait a couple years because you know
You know where it's at,
at.
and there's no one that's
And
gonna
like he
find
said,
that.
he made it very clear that, it's the snow's coming. It's gonna have all that stuff covered. Yada yada yada. And
Make it much
nobody's-
more difficult for you to find. Go ahead.
No, you know where it's at.
You know the
just gotta
area.
dig.
The longitude and latitude is just the area. Now you still got to
But
pinpoint
you know
the
it went
exact spot.
down. It went down in that little whatever it was.
Yeah, but that can fill up with snow. Avalanche.
Exactly
we're
right.
playing,
You know what I mean?
like-
Now you got
It's
to
gonna
dig.
melt.
Bruh,
Listen.
like y'all make it seem like it's just so easy to go
it
get
I'm
this
not
money,
waiting
man.
years
Five-
to go back out there and get it.
It is. How many million?
Yeah, you gave me that. I was texting someone as I'm walking away.
Right. Yeah,
How
I mean,
many
first of
millions
all, I
down
gave
there?
it to you, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it before you.
Yeah. I gave you the wrong
Right.
information.
Ones, yeah.
Right.
Outta
I mean, you
here.
don't even know where you
His
going.
brother already had left and went and got the plane. They were out of there together.
That was the only part I was mad about. Other than that, I felt like it was kind of stupid after they kind of went down. The plane went down. It was kind of dumb.
yeah.
They had they killed the locals, and then the local boy was the one who ended up killing
I
Ben
knew
Affleck.
that was gonna happen, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't see that
once
one coming.
once they're on the mountain and someone was shooting at him, I'm like,
And the donkey explodes.
yeah.
How does a donkey just explode with money?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
He fought that damn yeah.
That shit was nuts.
The girl and her brother made out the best.
Hell yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They got like $3 million.
Yeah, it was
Outta
out
here.
here.
He said, I'm about to go to what was they at?
Australia.
Australia. I'm about to go to
yeah.
Australia. And, cause she asked him at first, how can I find you? Remember, how can I locate you?
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm
Now all
out
of a
here.
sudden, I'm
Oh,
about
how
to
the
find
tables
that.
have turned.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She got the
man.
prenup.
She definitely got the
yeah,
prenup.
she
She
did.
definitely got the prenup. That's funny, man. Cool, man. We touched on everything, I think. Any other movies? I don't think so.
Anything
Let's
come
go
out
to-
this week? Any movies?
I don't think so. Nah, no. Nothing I know of.
Yeah, not that I know of either.
Yeah,
All
I know. We 2 weeks officially away from you gotta add a Game of Thrones drop on here because I want that.
You
to
watch
be
that
my
show,
se-
Mike?
Nah.
Me neither.
Well, listen, I don't give a damn.
You can give your recap to
Listen,
yourself.
I'm
then.
giving a recap.
But you know
on
what? I had
the
somebody
air.
actually ask me a couple days ago. You guys gonna talk Game of Thrones?
Yes,
like-
yes. Tell them.
Not
yeah,
me, man.
Yes, we will. We
We've
will.
never talked
Oh,
Game of
please
Thrones.
believe we are going to start talking Game of Thrones. This is the last season.
We getting 8 episodes. Is it right?
I don't
8,
care.
9 episodes.
Okay, cool. I don't care. It's going to be every episode is going to be a movie.
There's no way that this is the last season. This
It
is.
is. It is.
There's gonna
They-
be a movie.
Nah,
It has to be.
Nah.
There's too much money in it.
it's not enough writing in it. The problem
They could finish it though. They could.
they can't.
HBO could.
Nah, it won't be the same. Like you can't taint it. Not after all this. People, the fans would revolt. It's been
don't
we're
get
too
it.
invested.
I don't get it. Have you ever tried to watch it, Mike?
I tried a couple times. I couldn't get
Me
off.
too.
it.
It's a great show. You don't know what you.
People keep saying, just keep
Just
stay
stick it
with
out.
Just
yeah. I did that.
ride.
I had to do that with Breaking Bad. The first couple. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
The first episode, what dude was like in his drawers running around. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. So
Did you watch it?
I got through a season and a half of it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm done.
All right. Well, never mind then.
But it's a good show from what I hear.
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, people don't be listening to people's suggestions. Some people still ain't got through the wire. We're not going to touch on that.
you know. The Shy's coming back out.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not as excited.
I'll
as
watch
I was
it.
last year. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. But
I
I'm
watch
not as
Billions
excited.
right now. I haven't watched the last one, but
I just finished up the case of I-9.
it's done.
Yeah,
All right,
it was
now
only
I'm
4
gonna
episodes.
Just rock that out then.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
4 hours.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get through all 4 of them.
Yeah, I don't
back
think
to
so
back.
either. You need to break.
Yeah, you need a break.
Why?
It's
It's
just
a
mentally
solid
draining?
hour. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right. Yeah, you gonna need breaks in between. And then I'm into American Gods. If you don't know,
Kevin Hart's joint came out.
Irresponsible. Yeah, we need to break that one down next week.
All right,
I
yeah,
wa-
I watched
I'm
it.
cool watching
I
that.
mean, I watched it.
Well, he watched it live.
Wait, live?
Oh yeah, I
Well,
seen it live, but I watched
yeah,
it
Where
on
was
Netflix
where was
too.
it at?
Why would you watch it again? You was there.
Yeah, I mean it was like
It
a
was
damn
fun.
near a year ago.
Where?
What's the place in
Is it in Philly?
across the bridge?
No, across the way. Yeah, I remember you told me
the,
that. Yeah,
the BB&T?
Yeah.
yeah. Did you take the ferry there? Or you drove?
Nah,
I've
we
never
drove.
done that.
We kind of was
Where you
doing
park
that.
at?
You park on I don't know where the
Penn's Landing?
Penn's Landing. Yeah,
Ah,
where all the
alright.
big stuff, the
Yeah,
big games and things.
That's where
are.
the Roots picnic is.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Convenient. You might see us there.
Maybe.
Possibly. We'll see. What we got for the playlist, fellas?
Oh, you know what we got? We got the Commission Podcast Nipsey Hussle playlist this week, available exclusively on Spotify.
Wait a minute now. Hold up. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
get the playlist. Yeah, we good.
I'm
We
just
got to figure
making-
out the
I'm just making
the,
sure
the
now. All
Commission
right.
Podcast show. What happened there with Spotify? All our shows have been removed.
That's crazy.
But we'll figure that out.
They hating. It's all good. Other podcasts hating. That's cool. We gonna catch y'all.
Who wanna go first?
I'm gonna let y'all go first. I'm gonna let everybody go first, and I'll pick up the pieces.
All right, I started off Kev. Ocean Views, Nip, of course. I'm gonna give 4. So we're gonna do Hustle in the House.
That's the crisscross joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had that.
Nah, I
Alright.
just what's that? It's off of
That
Bullets
is
Have No Names. I
off
think
of,
Volume 2 maybe.
Let's check. It's a
Glad
long
to see
pause.
your
Yeah,
to
I
see
don't
your
know the
deep
album.
He can find
Nipsey
out.
Hey, don't worry about
fan.
it. Just
It'll
keep
be on
it
the
moving.
playlist,
It's
right?
on- yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
damn playlist.
Goodness
Alright.
gracious! Wow,
Next,
that's just great.
You know what I mean?
Cut the damn show off by now.
I'm saying right.
Yeah, all right.
These guys ain't no real Nipsey fans.
Nah, you know what, man? I'm just being legit with it. I said this earlier. Like, I'm like, music-wise, like, yeah, you probably was more of a fan because, like, I respected the music, but I wasn't like.
I like
I'm
how he's stalling
through-
looking for a song.
I'm diving through the
Give us
catalog.
one track already. You're talking about Kev
Mike
make
is
the
good
playlist
at
40
filler.
You know
minutes
what?
long.
It's two of them that I'm trying
Mike
to
is
put
so
in here.
good at filler, man.
I'm gonna do rap niggas, of course. Off victory lap. Greg
Who
is mad
did
because
that
he
beat
got
on that? Hit Boy?
rap niggas. Let's take a look.
You know, Mike. No,
Yeah, he does.
why are you asking him
Mike's
anything
the
about
producer
Nipsey Hussle
guy.
right now?
He's the
You know what I
producer
mean?
guy.
I really don't know who did
That beat is hard as hell.
That beat is hard as hell.
DJ
bro.
Khalil
All right. Yeah, it makes sense.
and Mike and Keys, whoever that is. And then also the last joint. See, Cav got me looking through.
Looking through finding a song.
Nah, honestly, I'm not. I'm looking for the right joints though. I'm looking for the one with Puff because I like that joint. Young nigga, that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, that joint's dope. Okay.
All right, those are mine. And also just a little
You
ode
said
to,
4.
I know,
Yeah,
but
that was 3.
I'm giving you an R&B joint. I gave you 4,
No, you gave us 3.
but I'm gonna give it a throwback R&B joint. You know what I mean?
What, like a Drew Hill song? Or
Nah,
the Nipsey playlist?
some real R&B. Nah, just because you know what I mean, Marvin Gaye
Oh, okay.
had passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
actually
anniversary.
same day, the
Yeah.
anniversary of Marvin Gaye's.
Mm.
So
What's going on?
I have to because
Yeah,
what's
man,
going
I
on?
already
Like,
knew it.
what's-
I knew it. man.
Actually, it was gonna be a song called "If I Should Die Tonight," but
But
we'll
you just
use what's
said it.
going
What
on.
the, you just said,
You
it.
said what's going on.
But you said
So I
absolutely.
said,
You
well, you know what? We
confirmed.
might as well.
Oh no,
Let's
you
go.
don't have to.
Somebody
no.
gave us 5 songs.
Yeah, whatever, man. It's a playlist. Go ahead, Kev. Give some songs.
Uh,
My Greg
all
search
right.
for his.
I'm going to
good,
go
bro.
with off Victory Lab, Blue Laces 2.
Everybody's going victory.
Nah, I got some Crenshaw tracks here. The track I played for the intro, which is off the Crenshaw album, it's called All Get Right. That was the Proud to Pay album, $100.
Oh, okay.
Another joint off there, it's called The Weather, featuring Rick Ross. And off of the Marathon is I Be Killing 'Em, which was over that Fab We Be Killing 'Em instrumental off the competition mixtapes.
Okay.
I mean, I could give you a couple more, but I got one more. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Nipsey Hussle featuring Drake, Killer.
Killer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that. What you got, Greg?
Okay. All right. Let me pick up some pieces where you guys left off. Let's start with 100 the Show. Nipsey Hussle
Okay. Rick
featuring
Ross.
Rick Ross. We're going to go to his last single release, Racks in the Middle. That joint is actually
like that?
surprisingly good. I actually do kind of like that joint.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Yeah, I bang with that. Let's go with
Yo, what's up with the bootleg Donald Glover guy here?
Where is he?
You know
Oh,
exactly
my
what I'm
God.
talking about.
He's killing somebody on,
yeah,
on
that's
TV.
funny.
Just-
He definitely looks like a
Let's get back
Donald
to paying our
Glover
respects
light.
to Nip right now. he's to giving Greg some time.
Yeah.
No, you didn't give
I'm
me any
feeling
time.
great,
I was
yeah.
going. What are you talking about? I'm
Feeling
going. What are you talking about? I'm going
Just
Fountain of
feeling his
Youth,
face.
man. What are you talking about? I'm going
Come
Fountain
on,
of Youth.
man.
Yeah, man. Oh, dang. Why am I shit playing like this? Oh my
Because you was
god.
going through the.
I'm real glad both of you guys came prepared tonight.
Oh, I said. I just
There you
told you.
go.
I just gave you a third one. Fountain of Youth. Rick Ross featuring Stolly featuring Rick Ross and Nipsey Hussle off the Self-Made 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
And let's see. Just because you guys killed the whole Blue Laces thing, I'm gonna go ahead and give you off of Blue Laces. Man, there's so many hits on this joint. I sound like Mike right now. Ain't that what Mike be like?
Yeah.
No, man, there's so many hits on. Let's go ahead and give you the title track, Victory Lap, man. That joint sets the whole tone for the album, so we're gonna go with that one. Cool.
All right. We out of here on that note.
Yeah, man. One last shout out. R.I.P. to Tech 9, Philadelphia battle rapper, man. Recently passed as well. We losing a lot of good brothers, but he's definitely talented as well. And yeah, man, we out.
Peace.
The commission.
Backwoods. Marathon OG.